Qapla, Warriors of the Empire, and welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command Orion Pirates Mod. I am Lieutenant Commander Turek of the heavy cruiser IKV Sword of Moch, and we are returning to the subjugation of the Hydran Star Kingdom down here. Also something cool I want to show you as soon as we get into a battle, and since I think we're all topped up and repaired, let's jump right into that because I really want to show this off. And surprise reversed, always a great start, nice and easy to begin with, and will let me talk about what I want to show you. And just gonna ready that right there. Hit the red alert. Go at full speed. And the truly eagle-eyed among you will maybe have spotted this already, but most of you probably won't because it's a change that you don't realize that you really need in your life. You see, Carlos of the Community Edition patch team got in touch with me a couple of times actually during Season 1 to sort of nudge me in the direction of modding this game a little bit more to show off more of it. He's the one who actually showed me Adam's absolutely gorgeous looking background. Look at that. Wow. I am legitimately, this is legitimately stunning just to look at that. And when Season 2 came around, we finally got around to doing it. And he also gave me another link to sort of mod one of the panels on this front screen. And it's right down here. Now, this may seem like a small change. In the normal game, this panel would just sort of swoop off into infinite existence. And if you're playing in the HD version of the patch, like, well, most of us will be, that can get kind of ridiculous and look a little weird. So what Carlos and his team did is one of the things they're changing, among many things they're changing, was they just put a little border down here. Now, it seems like such a small thing, but it really does make it look more like a regular control panel. It's just one of those great little quality of life mods that just improves the overall experience. And again, thank you, Carlos, for sending this file to me. The Community Edition patch is looking to be pretty cool. From what I've seen, just glancing at their forums, I haven't investigated too much into it, but it is something I plan to do at some point. They're working on things like changing planets and textures, fixing all kinds of bugs that they're just looking to overall improve the experience all around. So a big shout out to the Starfleet Command to Community Edition mod team guys. You guys are awesome, and thank you for giving me this little preview. Unfortunately, I can't put this in the description below like I can like Adam's gorgeous pack here or the links to Fire Souls because it's not an open thing, it's just a preview right now. But as soon as it's available, it will be in the description of all my videos so you guys can get it as soon as possible. And again, props to the Community Edition team. It's really cool that you guys are still working on this game after all this time. And so, back to the fighting. We have zipped in here at maximum speed, doing 26. Can't do much more than that because disruptors, well, when they're charging, they hold at the exact same charge level than when they charge. So 2 points of energy to charge a disruptor, and 2 points of energy to hold it. Compare that to the photon torpedoes of the Federation, which is 2 points of energy to charge a photon torpedo and only a single point of energy to hold it. The idea behind it, I think, is that they want you to shoot them as much as possible, as fast as possible. And we couldn't do enough damage because half of our favorite phaser complement is backwards. It's kind of weird. And pair of missiles hits him, and we're going to slow way down so that we've got power. Klingon ships, very maneuverable, but burst damage, especially in the early on, not so great. So we're just sort of going around here along with the Dark Slayer, who is a phaser boat. A Mauler phaser boat. Cool. I should have noticed that when he fired the gigantic, like, greenish blue turquoise beam at this thing. But yeah, as we can see, not huge amounts of burst damage getting spit out here. Apparently, we were not fully set up. Oh no, they're charging. It's just another graphical glitch where it's not properly showing it. The missile... Or is it? No, it's just really, really, really slow. I am wrong. Yeah, the Type F missile launcher only fires once every other turn because it's old, ancient technology and not very good. Hopefully we're going to be able to kill this guy before the frigates start turning on. But if things continue this way, that's not going to happen. We're going to get a proper fight out here. Surprised reverses may not be the normal, easy cut-throughs that we've been used to. Ooh, that could get ugly. So we're going to help him out here, pop a couple of missiles. Gonna have to fly over the top to use the collar phasers because they only fire backwards. It's really interesting. I guess they're like right here along the sides of the triangle head thing. That would make the most amount of sense to me. Although, why you'd put the phasers there and not like somewhere higher up, I'm not entirely sure. But I'm sure the Klingons have a really good reason. Not really, I'm sure it's totally arbitrary. Get 2 out of 4 shots, not bad. They fire really quickly, but the amount of damage they don't do isn't fantastic. They are pretty accurate at long range though, so I can't hate too much on them, but it really does mean that, well, early Klingon ships just have problems with dishing out power. I thought things would be different. Oh, actually no, not really, but I knew it would be more maneuverable. But I didn't think we would have sort of as many problems as I think we've been having just pumping out damage. And the last match especially, it was what, a half hour on that assault? We only finished it barely because we were able to capture a couple of Hydrogen ships. I'm halfway tempted to capture a couple of these guys just because it would be easier. If he turns on, we might do it. Oh no, we only got 2 Marines. Yeah, well, apparently I did not resupply properly, otherwise we had to have more Marines. Popping a couple of missiles, that should be it. We're going to start turning on to the next guy, hopefully. Yeah, he's got no phasers. There they go. And switch over to him. He is closest. There's our gunboat buddy flying around, our carrier escort, doing all that he can. Get the disruptors involved, and again, only 50% accuracy, which is kind of weird, because we were pretty close. But maybe that's the Klingon way. Gotta turn a bit more, and get this other collar phaser on. And that, we're down to the last guy. No weapons available to fight with yet, but that will change in a little bit. Maneuverable, not particularly elegant and not particularly powerful. Raiders, definitely. Which is weird, because we are a proper D7, although we are the first D7. I'm actually going to have to go check the release date for our ship. Like, when did it actually come off the line? Because I wouldn't be surprised if it would be kind of old. We know that the old D6 is like that Dare Slayer over here, or it's a Mauler on a D6 frame, but the older D6s, they're like 42 years old at this point in the game. So, definitely using kind of ancient technology from the last round of warfare, and there we go. Taking over the surprised reversed, didn't lose anybody, did an okay job. Had some help from a Mauler, and we're gonna have to see about replenishing things, because having only 2 guys is not great. 300 prestige, that is good. And we did take the tile, so we've pushed out into the neutral zone, and we've taken some. Going to go to the shipyard. The D7Bs are already off the line. They came out in 2265. And D7Bs gave a shield refit and added an ADD over the regular ones. So as you can see, the shields go way up. That's 10 points in the rear, 8 points on the sides. So a much better rear shield, a much, much better missile launcher system, and they tossed in the AMD. So the refit upgrade for our ship, and I'm tempted, we would have 1700 if we traded in the Sword of Mulgaren now. And what would that get? It would get us a D7L, which does have the enhancements, and Phaser 1s. And you know what, I'm going to do that. We've been having lots of problems with just dealing damage, so going up to a D7L really I think would help, because it improves all our phasers to Phaser 1s, which take the exact same amount of energy, but just are more powerful. I was doing a real quick check. EB is a survey cruiser, so we don't want that. So we're going to grab a D7... Don't tell me it's gone. Don't tell me it's gone. D7L, right on the edge. The Divine Slayer, we will probably change that, because we will probably run into another Divine Slayer. I'm not going to sell the Devil Slayer just yet, but we are going to go to the Divine Slayer and increase the reloads to maximum, go for half loads for the extra missile power, and we'll go to medium. It's going to spend a lot, but it's worth it, I think, anyway. Give us a couple more spare parts, because we tend to use them a lot. It's not great. And to the map. I don't really want to go to this planet yet. We're still having some trouble, but let's try. Planetary Assault, Shipyard Assault. We'll go for the Planetary Assault. We may get lucky. We may get incredibly unlucky. The Shipyard Assault we could probably do, but the Planetary Assault, well, if we are lucky, good stuff can happen. So now in a D7L here, we're going to go through real quick, and shut down things that we don't need, like the 4 points of ECM he shoved into that. We are supported here by the LDW Lightning Claw. Where are we shoving all that extra power of shield reinforcement? Gonna turn that off so I have an accurate count. LDW Lightning Claw and the Thundercat, the Blood Guard, and the Marak Killer. Real clever name there. Fighting off against the light cruiser, a frigate, and a planet. And a frigate way out there. So we're going to focus this light cruiser. I'm not sure what sort of class it is. We're also going to start speeding up. Get to a speed of about 17. So we've got 5 phaser 1s instead of phaser 2s. So 2 light cruisers now. 2 light cruisers and 2 frigates. And we're also going to overload the system for the disruptors. That's shoving a lot more power into them. But I want to get in close. I want to hit it hard. I know that could be really dangerous, but I think this light cruiser, hopefully... Oh, that's where my other point of power was going, wasn't it? Oh no, he was just prepping a scatter pack only. Okay, that's good. Sorry, got distracted. I thought he was prepping a Wild Weasel that cost a point of power. That would be one of the reasons why we were in trouble. I'm hoping the light cruiser is not a fusion cannon type. If it is, we're about to put ourselves right in his wheelhouse. He'll be full power and ready to kill. So we will switch formation a bit. See if we can't shift him to get behind us. We will probably slow down when we get closer. And I'm really hoping that this phaser 1 strategy works out for the best. He is Hellbore armed, okay, and he is phaser armed. HSRV. I'm seeing a couple of killer bees get dispatched. He's an HTR. Yeah, we're going to go for the cruiser. And we're going to let the Lyrans take care of everything else. These fighters, however, are going to hurt. They will chew us up a bit. Maximum range shots, and pull. Fired everything we had. Wasn't able to do as much as I wanted. Okay, system's back to normal. See what kind of power draw we're getting. And I think we're going a bit too fast for our power. So I will go to power here. Oh no, so 17 exactly is where we want to be. That charges our weapons at normal rate. And I think we took out those killer bees. Oh no, you're there still. We're going to follow up on the insouciance. I'm going to drop the capacitor down just a bit. It is important to me, but I want a little more power out of this. Get a little bit closer for the targeting systems of the phasers so we can do the most amount of damage possible. Punching through. His Gatling phasers more than enough really to handle our missile armament. But that's to be expected. He's just gotten crippled pretty badly. That's good. We're going to soar around this fight, much like we're used to watching the Klingons do to us all the time. And maintaining a speed of 20 with charging. Devil Slayer's been destroyed, so that's our gunboat escort. Not great, but it does mean now that we can more easily prep for the next battle. And fire into the back of the insouciant. I'm going to turn off a little bit. Dump Marines, and that was a waste of dumping Marines. Okay. Thunderclap, you're next. Pull out wide just a little bit, and there are shields back, so now we can pull back in. Thunderclap appears to have a whole bunch of phasers. Are you a carrier type? You are an SRV? I don't really know. Hydrogen ships, I should look through that. Because I'm not sure what's a carrier and what's just not. Perseverance coming our way, so we're going to line up on you. Fire into you, didn't break the shield. Collar gets around, but does manage to punch through. Okay, going to continue to pull around through this melee. Probably going to lose another ship here. But at this point, I'm going to dump the first of our scatter pack shuttles. And hopefully... Come on, hit... Oh, crap. The scatter pack's going to fly right into that. I was hoping that one of these guys would set it off, so that was a waste. I wasn't paying attention enough. Oh, apparently the angle changed just enough. Firing into him. Turning out. Let's get the collar involved. He's only doing a speed of 14. He ain't running away from this. Will he whizzle? I think he will. No, he did not, and he took 5 of them. That's great. Fusion cannon armed, so he's close range brawler. So the more damage we can deal to his type, the better. Do want to keep out of that forward arc, I think, just a little bit. because we don't want to take too much damage from it. We don't have any weapons quite yet prepared for it. I'm going to slow down a little bit. Come on, give me an angle. I'm going to have to shoot through his rear shield. Lost quite a few shots on that. And don't have enough phaser power to continue the attack here. How are you doing? You are a triple fusion cannon armed frigate. Whoops. Well, he's not that much of a threat anymore. Can I get Marines on board? Am I in the right angle? No, I'm not. Okay, got Marines off onto the HR. I'm going to focus now on this guy because he's rolling through this brawl pretty much with full weapons. Set up 4 disruptors, please. And going to line him up. Get a nice long-range shot. Guys, ignore the perseverance. I've got it captured. Gosh darn. Well, there's another 6 Marines wasted. We've wasted 12 Marines so far in this fight because the AI has decided to kill them. I was hoping to capture some ships here. I guess that was a little bit too much to ask. Gonna pull in close here, though. Get in nice behind him. And we can speed up. I want the speed. We are, after all, sacrificing quite a bit of phaser capacitor charge time for that speed. Firing into his rear. And we did punch through. We did shock a couple of systems, but we haven't really dealt as much damage as we want to. Disruptors piling in. So we've knocked out 2 of his rear shields. He also has lost his other rear shield, his port rear shield. And we're going to maintain keeping in tight on this turn. Collar phaser getting a shot in. Starting to really kick up in speed, doing 19. Excuse me. And turning, come on, get these weapons on. Get them on. Now the bright side, I don't think this planet, and I could be wrong because we're at extreme range, I don't think it's going to be like phaser force. Hopefully. But we're about to pull into range of this planet, so we're about to find out. Controlling race has 30 on board. And we're out of missiles. All that's left is our 1 scatter pack. The scatter pack was really helpful. We hit with 5 of the missiles because his phaser Gs had been spent elsewhere. So yeah, things are looking good. Pull into the planet now, and we're going to wait to see if we get shelled out by its phaser 4s, if it's got any. One of the other cool things that Community Edition is doing is they're fixing the hard points, so they will show up on this map here. I have seen the work in progress images so far, and I look forward to that being included, definitely. Yeah, he's got phaser 4s. That's not good. So that phaser 4 is a big deal as far as I'm concerned. Thunderclap, cat. Let's see what's going to happen here. He doesn't seem to have too many phaser 4s, so that's good. Because if he's got too many, we're totally screwed. 1. I'm waiting to see just how many he shoots. Because that's really going to determine how badly this fight can go. Did slow down to a speed of 16. We are throwing 10 points of defense into our forward shield. So that's pretty good. Come on in here. Get in nice and tight. Way at long range, so we will select the disruptors. Hitting the shield, not causing much damage. I don't think we've beaten his reinforcement by any stretch of the imagination. PLPH 5. So, whoa! This is different. This was very different. Did things change when I upgraded this little tab here to this too? Okay, scared now. Really scared now. Do we have a reverse button? Okay. This planet has 8 hellbores and a billion phasers. Tell me what kind they are. He's got 7 phaser 4s and 8 hellbores. Oh god. So, I'm going to start probing blindness from now on, because apparently this is now fixed. That's really good. But also really terrifying, because now I can see exactly what I'm about to fight. We've got to pull in a little bit closer, and that's going to suck. He is definitely focusing on me, which is not good, because I do not have the shields available for this. Got to get in closer. We do have to get in tight, and we do have to cause damage. Oh god. This may be more than we can chew. Just gonna put that out there. Just gonna say that now. Because, yeah, that many phaser 4s, well, it's gonna hurt a lot. Range of... yeah, we can't crack that. We did dodge. Yep. Okay, we're out of here. Full power to rear shields. Reinforce. Green alert. Oh, wrong alert. Wrong alert. I meant yellow. I meant yellow. Crap. That's really bad. We don't have after. There we go. Whew. It's like we don't have rear shields. Full power to the shield generator. Can I pick it? Nope, I'm using all power. Repair the engines? Guys, you're gonna have to get in closer to that. Yeah, we're not gonna fight this. There is no point in doing battle with this. We got into a fight with the defensive forces. We lost one of our ships. We killed another one. A whole bunch of theirs. I'm gonna count that good enough, and we're gonna leave. And we're going to turn just a bit so we can get off the map a little bit quicker over on this side. And unless I see you guys get in nice and close and really start ripping into that, I'm out of here. See y'all later. These look almost like police ships. If that's the case, that's like, why? Although granted, we are just like a very early battle cruiser. Why the heck are we here? Okay, I lied. I'm going to go back to red alert. We're going to slow down, keep repairing engines, patch this, patch that. We're going to stay at long range. We're going to stay at long range. We're going to play with disruptors. That's the plan. I don't know if we can do anything. I don't know if we have the ability to actually deal any damage to this place. But his phaser 4s seem to be taking a long time to fire, and that may just be because he's shooting other things. So we're going to play sort of on the outside of his range, where his, hopefully, phaser 4s won't hurt us too badly. I'm not sure if we have the capability even to knock down his shields. I mean, these Lyran ships, they've got disruptors and their ESGs, which can't be utilized in this environment. Nope, did we punch through, or just low shields there? Not sure. We've got to play at this long range, because if we get any closer, we're just totally screwed. Around. Yeah, we're sort of doing wide loops that we don't need to be doing. Yeah, we're through. Okay, we're through here. All power to forward shield. We are through on this side. So if we just hold position here, then we can shell at maximum range. This is not nearly as effective as it is when you do this in a Federation ship. Because, you know, Federation ships, much better designed for this sort of work. Photon torpedoes, as much as I rag on them, they do much more damage than disruptors. Although disruptors fire every turn. We don't need repair anymore. Our engines, they are good. Did I launch both scatter packs? I must have forgotten. Yes, I have a short-term memory sometimes. Gonna keep firing into this guy, just gonna keep on causing damage. So that was fortuitous. Things went out pretty well, actually. We did lose the Devil Slayer, which is not awful, actually, because it's a really cheap ship. But we've got a hole that we can keep dealing damage through. Just gonna keep on firing. No point in overloading, and there's no proximity mode on disruptors. So just a nice, slow blast away. It's starting to cause damage to his Gatling phasers. Not really the weapons that we care about or want to emphasize, but beggars can't be choosers. Just gonna sit here for all time. And again, thank you to the community patch team. I didn't even know this was one of the things that apparently got updated. I thought this was still broken, and it was just this gorgeous little thing. But yeah, if planets are now showing up everything properly, oh, this campaign just got a lot more reliable, I guess, because we're gonna know what we're gonna run into now. So awesome. Thank you guys. And if you want to get in touch and maybe help out with the next version of the Starfleet Command Community Edition mod, you can Google their forums. I believe it's called Hot and Spicy. And hunt them down, talk to them, help out. If you've got any talent with any sort of coding or modeling or whatever, peek inside. Ask them if there's anything you can do. If you're totally untalented like me and you can't do any of that stuff, well, spread the word about the mod. These guys are doing good work. It would be awesome to see more work done into this, and things like, well, fixing the planet so that they look nicer than what they are now. So, bit by bit, we will steadily improve the experience for everybody, and keep this game going, hopefully, for a while longer. It's 17 years old already, but it's still a ton of fun, he says as he sits there just holding down the Z key to fire all his weapons at a planet siege. But you've seen the fun stuff before. Every so often you got to do a little bit more of the tedious siege work because you want a planet in the neutral zone. That's important. Hopefully there's also going to be some work done to sort of make these missions a little more dynamic. With like, there's talk about making things like orbital hangars that'll like be outside the starbase. They can, or outside the planet. They can launch fighters and stuff. Because if you try and launch fighters from this thing, well, they blow up. And if you make it so that it doesn't blow up, well, then the planet loses its collision mesh, and, well, you can fly through it. That's rather obviously not something we want. Oh, good. So we've managed to crunch our way through most of this, and we are down to the point where we are sieging the crap out of everybody. Gonna come in nice and slow. Let our phasers do the work, picking off the military units on the ground. Drifting in a little bit closer, we're going to get to just under 6, because that's transport range. It also keeps us outside of range of the really deadly, dangerous things, like phaser Gs, even if they weren't dead. There's something in my throat today. I'm racking up the damage here. 14 people left on board that place. Fire all your phasers, and we're going to bump this back up to full power. There's no reason why not. I like it being at full anyway because, you know, the ability to charge that thing as fast as possible is great. 11 people left on that planet. Wow, we lost 4 guys when we took those phaser 4 hits through the side. Not great. Really just sort of emphasizes how powerful that weapon is. Like, sure, we were able to avoid it for most of this, but normally, phaser 4s are just, they're monstrously powerful, even throughout the exit, when the X ships get involved. I mean, look at all the heavy cruisers we ended up losing their star bases because suddenly they opened fire with all of those phaser 4s, and it was just over. And they're down to 2. That's the number we were looking for. Troopers are over. And because we are Klingons, we have a ton of transporters. Like, even when we were in X ships, it was 4 transporters that we had. This thing, this is an early era D7. It's a D7L. And we've got 6 transporters. There we go. Planet captured. We are going to need to go home for some repair, I think. Closing session, and 495 prestige, so pretty good. Neutralized it. Gonna head back here. Gonna go to the shipyard. And do we want to pick up another light escort? I really kind of think we do. E4E carrier escort with the 4 type. The D6s are, well, they're almost available to us. Another couple of missions. D6M. Maulers. Nah, we're not really interested in Maulers, quite frankly. DBs are drone battle cruisers. Those are expensive to maintain because drones cost a ton. D7EB, that was the what now? The survey cruiser, that's it. Yeah, so B is like the next generation because normally D7E is a survey cruiser and then E7EB is the second version. And K would be the negotiator, the diplomatic transport. E4C. Ooh. Escort leader. Not quite what I'm looking for. E4Bs. No. Yeah, I think we want an E4E. Just having it around to sort of shore up the weaknesses we have in our system. Because they are there. E4R is a fast resupply unit. Yeah, we don't need that. In the next version of this game, like when somebody finally gets around to remaking it, please make it so that logistics matter. I know that seems a little bit weird, like, what are you talking about? Logistics totally matters. You can build starbases, but make it more complex. Make it more so that we can, like... I want the dynamic campaign even more fleshed out than what it is. But that's down the line. Okay, so that's apparently all we're going to get. We're going to repair the 77 damage we took. Get us up to 10 spare parts. Get us up to at least 18 Marines. That's 3 Marine loads. We don't even use mines that much, quite frankly, if at all. Shuttles, we need the extra admin. And missiles, we're going to retank these guys. 175 for basically restoring the everything. Couple of these, couple of these, couple of these. Just a little bit for everybody. But that is where we're going to leave it today. I have said that we are going to try and keep episodes down to a more reasonable time period. This is the current map as it stands. Our current target priority is this planet in the neutral zone. It borders 2 enemy stations, so having that will allow us to be much more aggressive in trying to hunt them down. So, if you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next episode.